It says what? 115.
Okay. Hey, coach.
Mr. Ellis, how do I contrive?
Say Mike. Look at it.
Isn't his answer 20?
So 120 meters is the actual building. We have a scale drawing. We don't know how tall it is. So it tells us 1 centimeter goes to 6 actual meters. So we put our missing numbers on the other side. So we want the answer in centimeters. 120 is the actual. So 120 times 1 is 120. Divided by 6 is 20 centimeters. That's the whole thing for number 3. Just wrote a proportion. All I need to do is on sort of sheet paper, there's not enough room to draw like here. There it is. Okay, draw it. Come on, quick. So those good on the ground?
Oh, I was just like my best friend.
Alright, 4th one. It says scale drawing of a room that's 20 by 27. So you draw your room 20 by 27. We want a smaller version of that. Okay. Our scale. Mess with my video right now. I was saying who your best friends are. 1/4 is the decimal is 0.25.
You're recording this?
I am.
Oh, hi!
So every 1/4 inch represents 1 foot. So if we start with 20 feet here, so we put that on the bottom, X on top. 20 times 0.25. So that's 0, 10, bring down the 0, 0, 4. So 500 with 2 decimal places.
5.
So this missing side would be 5. Okay. Then we have to come back and do the same thing for 27. So our rate stays the same. It's still 0.25 over 1. Only now instead of x over 20, it's x over 27. So 27 times 0.25.
So,
Don't distract me.
I got a question. Actually, we'll finish that.
Wow, how thoughtful of you. So that's 6, 7, 5. 2 decimal places makes this 6.75. The question doesn't ask you to do anything, it just says what are the dimensions, so we can say 5 centimeters by 6.75 centimeters. If you have questions that aren't 7th grade, you should come closer so that I don't have to walk.
Just like in class, Chris.
Alright, number 5 is the same idea. So our garden, 6 feet by 8 feet. Drawing of the garden, here's our scale. 1 inch is 2 feet.
Wait!
So it's the same idea. So if we start with 6 feet, so 6 times 1 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 6 divided by 2 is
3.
3.
Get your math.
Okay? So we could set up a second proportion, or we could say, how do we get from 6 to 3? So it's just half, right? So what's half of 8 feet?
4.
4. And then it wants to know, what is the area of our little picture? So area of a rectangle is what's 3 times 4?
12.
So our area would be 12
Wait, don't change.
square inches.
That's what you're doing. I love this, man.
Reduce and increase too. Alright, you want to go from here to there, right? So 6 zeros. But how much farther if you went through this
Oh,
way?
I see it now. Okay.
So how far is it from here to there?
I don't know.
So that's a right triangle, right?
Yeah, I see.
And
So
then you would
that's
take
40.
maybe this side plus 40.
So
And then you
60 plus 40.
go this missing side.
Also, it will be
So
60.
you gotta solve for this side.
60 minus.
It's a decimal. Alright, 6. 6 you can answer this however you want. So it says 12, 18, 24, and it just wants the possible side lengths of something similar to that triangle. So if I wanted to make it half as big as that, could you divide those sides by 2?
Yeah.
So this would be 6, 12, and 9. If I wanted to make it bigger, could I multiply my sides by 2?
Yeah.
So 12 times 2 is
24.
24, and then
48.
48, and 30.
6.
So all you had to do is pick some number, multiply all 3 sides by it, and then write those numbers down on the line. Don't turn in tomorrow's number today, I'll lose it. I'll throw it away like Josh's paper.
Oh, wait, bro, you do it.
For real, don't leave stuff on my desk. I'll
Wait,
throw it
Mr.
away.
Elliot.
Wait, is this in the trash?
Hey, don't take.
Wait, can I use it?
No, stop stealing my stuff. Do things you're not supposed
It's just sticking off. I'll buy you another one.
to. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, I got you.
See, now it's on the floor. Alright, number 7. Jar has a radius of 2.3 inches. So if it has a radius, that means it has to be a circle. Radius means halfway across. If you want circumference,
You multiply
2 times pi. So 2 times 3.14.
times 2.3.
And then this is just multiplication. So 2 times 3.14 is 6.28. Times 2.3, we need to work out. So that's 4, 2, 8, 18, bring down the 0, 16, 5, 12. I hope that's right. I hope someone's checking my work and they're not just sitting there waiting for things to happen.
Yes, Mr. Elliot, check your work. I don't know.
Alright, so 4, 14, 14 again, 4 again, 1. We have 2 decimals on top, 1 in the bottom. So our circumference is about 14.4 inches.
Yeah, Mr.
Are you working on this or something? What's your picture? Or work on the review with us. What's the review we did in class today? Which has the same questions as that. Alright, on a map, 1 inch is 125 miles. What's the distance between 2 cities if the map is 4 inches? So our scale is inches to miles, right? 1 inch is 125 miles equals, stay out of trouble.
Wait, can I have a water bottle, please?
You especially can't have a water bottle because you're not in my class. So we cross multiply, so 125 times 4 is 500. 500 divided by 1 is
Wait, what?
500.
Mr. Ellis, wait. You have to real quick.
15 minutes, we're only halfway through.
You can stay after. Are you still recording?
I am,
Are you gonna post it?
hopefully.
So like they can hear us.
Okay.
Yes.
Entonces, aquí en my voice.
Maybe, unless you mess it up.
Yeah, and your mom's watching.
Oh, she watching.
Is it this one? Oh.
No, the one we did in class
See,
today.
she doesn't make any sense.
Or if I have to get rid of it because there's like 30 seconds of me telling off a lot of you not to steal my post-it notes. Or me telling Chris to stop playing with his lungs.
What? Oh, I bet you meant real long.
Alright. Number 9. It says square quilt 4 inches long. So if it's a square, all the sides have to be 4.
All of these are squares.
The new one is bigger and it says 1 inch is equal to 2 feet. So these are 4 inches.
8 and 8.
So
It's 8 and 8.
we have 4 inches would be how many feet?
8.
8. So all of our sides here would be 8 feet.
Told you.
Okay. And then it talks about area. So the area of a square that's 8 by 8.
8 times 4 is
So 8
20,
times 8 is
32.
64.
What?
8 times 8 is 64.
Oh, I thought it was 8 times 4.
Okay.
Why 8 times 8?
Because area of a rectangle, base times height.
Wait, what?
Base times height.
Area?
Rectangle.
Oh.
But then it doesn't actually care about the square. It wants one triangle, and it says it's got cut into 2 triangles.
So 64,
So 64
minus
divided by 2
2.
is.
Wait, 2, so it would be 2 on 3.
It'll be 32.
So that, oops,
2
32
feet.
square feet.
So put the 2.
Anytime it's area, square units.
This ends at 4:30.
It does end at 4.
I put it in at 4:30 and I'm also gonna be here like 2 minutes.
She can come in here. She can hang in.
Wait, no.
Yeah. Alright, side lengths of a triangle are 3, 4, 5.
4, 5.
8th graders could probably tell us if the triangle is 3, 4, 5, what kind of triangle is it?
Oh,
I saw
right angle. Oh,
It's a right triangle.
yeah, right.
You were gonna wait till high school.
Okay, suppose the side lengths are multiplied by 4. So what would we do with 3, 4, and 5?
Add it.
We would multiply them all by
2.
4.
Whoops.
So 3 times 4 is
12.
12.
16. 20.
And then it wants to know the perimeter. So how do we find perimeter?
Add on.
Add all the sides. So 12 plus 16 plus, oops,
20.
forgot there was a third number here. 12, 16, and 20. So that's 8.
48.
So our new is 48. What about our original perimeter? What's 3 plus 4 plus 5?
I know that.
12.
12. Because it wants to know, how did the perimeter change? So how can we get from 12 to 48?
Multiply
Multiply by what?
12.
4.
By 4. And why does that sound familiar?
Because they're similar. They're multiples.
They said it.
That's what we multiply the sides by, right? So perimeter is 4 times as big. If I was our kid, if you need to leave, you can go. Okay.
I have a meeting.
Okay, I believe it. You don't have to make excuses. But seriously, if your parents want to go to tutoring, we've got desks.
This shows off the set.
Put this up here. No,
My parents got their education.
Don't worry about number 11. That's not on the test.
I know you told me to skip
Wait,
it.
this is all on the test?
Except for number 11.
Hi, Mr. Ellis.
Number 12 is 69 point.
Mr.
Oh,
Ellis,
okay.
can we use this?
Yeah. So if it says circumference, that means it has to be a circle, radius of 11.
So it'd be 11.
So if we know radius, the formula we have to use is 2 pi
69.8.
r. Don't give away the answer.
It is?
I want to figure it out myself.
Oh.
So this is 2 times 3.14 times 11. 2 times 3.14 is always 6.28. Times 11 is nice and easy. that's just going to be 628, and then bring down a 0, and then 628 again. So that's 8, 0, 1. And Danae is correct.
Oh my.
So this would be
68.
69.1. Have a good afternoon. Stay out of trouble.
No, 8. Why'd you put a 1?
Because we round to this first decimal place. So it was a 0, but the number next to it is more than 5, so we have to round it up one number.
So I was wrong?
You're mostly right.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. And that's inches.
See, I would have got that wrong.
But if it's multiple choice, you're probably okay.
Wait, are these the exact same answers?
No. They're just similar. Almost done. This one, they give you the picture, that's nice. What's the length of VW? So VW is this side here. So we can call that X. So we can say, if this is big and this is little, so that could be our key. So we know that X has to be part of the proportion,
50.
right? And then X corresponds to 6. And then we've got some options, because we have 2 other pairs of sides.
50.
Doesn't matter which one we
10
pick,
over
but I heard
50.
50 and
10.
10.
10 over 50. 50 over 10.
We also could have
10.
used
8 over
40 over
8.
8, but we're not going to,
Why?
because we already have one right now.
Aren't you supposed to use 3?
We only need 2 ratios.
Wait,
The
so,
third
Does
one's
it say
just
2 ratios?
the third one's just extra.
so would it be the answer 5?
Let's find out. So 50 times 6,
Oh wait, no.
that's 0,
30, 100.
300.
300.
And then we divide that by,
10.
So
It's 30.
so 300 divided by 10 is
30.
30.
So if we use
30 centimeters.
if we use 40 over
If we
8,
use 40,
it will still be right.
yes.
Okay.
And we can check just to be sure.
really? Oh wait, no.
So 40 over 8, right? So 60 times 40,
You need 6 times 40.
6 times 40, whatever, is 240
Divided by 8.
divided by 8.
Excuse.
So that's 3. With nothing
30.
left over, so it's got to be.
It's the same.
Which is why it doesn't matter which one you pick. The only one you have to include is the one with the missing side.
Oh.
Okay? 14 wants to enlarge the flag so the shorter side is 8 feet long. So we need a second picture. The short side, this one on the right.
It's
We want to
5.
know what's this length.
It's 5.
So is this another proportion question?
It says 5, not 8.
Look. We want the new short side to be 8.
Oh.
Okay? Bailing on us? Let's see how it is. So since this is the original, we can call it old. This is the new. That can be our key. So we have like 3 questions left.
Wait, how are you recording?
So we know X has to be part of it, right? And that's part of our new rectangle, so we put on the bottom. X corresponds to
The old
10.25, right? What's our other pair of sides we know?
10.25.
We already used that one.
8.
8 and
5.
where does the 8 have to go?
Top.
Bottom.
If it's new, it's got to go with
Oh.
No.
See, I knew.
5 on top.
So 8 times 10.25, then divided by 5.
Mm-hmm. So 10 1/4 times 8, so that's 0, 4, 0, 2.
You forgot your point. You forgot your point.
We do that at the very end. So you have 2 decimal places.
It's 82.
So we move it over 2 spots, that's 82.
See, look.
Divided by
5.
5. So 5 goes in 8 once.
6.
32.
Oh, wait, no.
So that's 6.
Yeah, 6.
30. 2 left over, so we got a decimal and a 0. 5 into 20.
4.
4.
16.6. I mean 4.
So our new side will be 16.4.
16.
So a lot of what this is all just writing proportions. So you guys know how to solve proportions.
This is really not. I know it now.
Yeah. Once you sit down and just look at it, something.
Mr. Ross, I sharpened the broken half.
It's 437.
It's about the size of my page here.
Okay, we got 2 minutes.
Hurry, we only have one more
All right, 2
left.
questions, 3 minutes.
We have one more.
Alright, pattern for banner 3 inches wide by 4.5 inches long. So can we draw a rectangle?
Have a nice tutoring.
You too. Have a good evening. Stay out of trouble. So 3 inches to 4.5 inches. Okay, it says it's divided diagonally. We'll do that later. One is red, one's blue. How much? Okay, we'll do that at the end. So we want our new picture. So that was the small version. This is the big version. And it says 1 inch to 6 feet. Okay. So this is another one where we have to write 2 proportions to find 2 missing sides. So we pick one of our sides to start with.
4.5.
So 4.5 is inches, so that would go on top. X on the bottom. So 6 times 4.5. So that's 0. Bring up to 3.
27.
1 decimal place. So 27 feet. Okay. Then we have to go back and write the same proportion again.
Oh, that's bad.
1 inch over 6 feet.
You put Lynn.
No, that's 1 inch.
Oh,
Only now instead of 4.5, now we're looking at
3 in.
so 3 inches. So 6 times 3
18.
divided by 1,
18.
8. 8.
So that's what it is.
So then it's how much fabric is needed to make it. So that's not the outside, that's the inside. So that's area.
So
we have to
27 plus
say-
18.
Not plus, but
Multiplied.
so 27 times 18.
56.
56.
And 16.
16 plus 5 is 21. And then 27. So that's 486.
Did you say 56?
Yeah.
So the whole area is 486. But then going back to the part we skipped is it said it's divided into 2 congruent sections. Right? So we don't want the whole area, we want to cut it in half.
So
we say
48 times 2. I mean, divided by 2.
so 486 divided by 2 is 2, 4, 3.
2, 4, 3.
So the final answer here is 243.
243 square.
And that's as difficult as it's going to get. That's a lot of steps for one question.
We're done. Oh, it's time.
Okay, we'll go quick for the last one. Hopefully.
We don't have another one.
Yes, we do.
Oh, this
I wrote the.
okay, this one doesn't actually go.
I wrote the other one up wrong. Whoops.
Okay.
16.
So ratio of the triangles 3 to 8. Sides of the smaller one are 8, 11, and 14. What is the perimeter of the larger triangle? Okay. So that's a smaller one, so we need a bigger one. So this is
16.
small,
So 16.
large.
16.
So our ratio is 3 to 8, and then equals
16.
16.
24.
16 is not a number.
8.
So if we
I
said,
thought we were timesing it.
nah. So if we started with 8, that would be 8 over
14.
Oh, wait, no.
X.
We don't know. And then you would have to.
So 8 times 8.
You'd have to do it again and say, oops. So it'd be 3 over 8 equals, and then we'd have to pick a second side from here.
11.
So 11
And 14.
over x, and then we'd have to do it a third time.
3, 14. 4x over x.
We have to multiply all those and then.
And then at the end, since it's one perimeter, we'd have to add these 3 missing numbers together. I'm not too worried. Because this isn't for a grade, right? As long as you understand that's what you would need to do to set it up.
Where'd you get the 3?
Good
The
enough.
sides 3?
The 3 and 8, that's the ratio it gave us.
Okay.
So don't worry about solving all these. You get the idea. Okay? That's it. So the people that came to tutoring, so that's Danae, and whose name I don't remember how to spell. Ariana V, since there's like 50 million Arianas. So they get plus 15 points tomorrow. What? Points for going to tutoring, who'd have thought? Okay,
So if I make a 50, it'll be plus 15?
it would be.
Yeah, 65.
Anything to add?
Good luck. 5 more points.